Today also we can start on with the higher education system. Okay, and the topic today we are going to discuss is evolution of higher learning in post-independent India. After the independence, what all the committees and the commissions came out that we are going to discuss in today's class. So we listen to the class. Okay. Evolution of higher learning in post-independent India. First, we are going to discuss about the Radhakrishna Commission in 1948-49. You have to study the year also. And what are the points you just have to discuss or to keep in mind are the University Education. It is also known as University Education Commission. Okay, Radhakrishna Commission is also known as University Education Commission. And what it do is that it integrate the secondary and higher secondary education. That is higher, both together they make it. Okay, secondary and higher secondary together they make. And the next is they made a setup for UGC in 1956 to how is to start with UGC. You know what is UGC? That is University Grant Commission. They discuss about it and they decided to start it in the 1956. And they also discuss about to have the medium of English is the medium best for the higher education system. Next, they recommended for the rural universities. So that is good for the students to get more knowledge. So they discussed about the rural universities. And they also discussed about 12 year, okay, 12-year pre-university education. Before the college studies, they have 12 year of education. That is what they have discussed about, okay. So rather when the position, the Radhakrishna Commission, when you get it in mind, you have to know about the year 1948. Then it is also known as University Education Commission. Then that is the UGC set up in 1956. Then rural universities, 12-year pre-university education. These are the points you have to keep in mind. This is the first education commission after independence. This also you have to keep in mind. Second is Mudaliar Commission. It is in the year 1952-53. Okay. It is also known as Secondary Education Commission because it has given more importance to the secondary education. And the 3-year secondary education they discussed, and the 4-year higher education system they discussed. Okay, then multi-purpose schools, that is vocational education they discussed about to bring about the vocational education. So it will give good education as well as skill for the students to live better. Okay, that is what they discussed in the Mudaliar Commission. And it's a committee on emotional integration that discussed it to start in 1961 to build up a moral attitude in the students and to build the emotional setup of the students. Okay, so the Mudaliar Commission is also known as Secondary Education Commission, and it is the multi-purpose schools committee on emotional integration, and these all are the shootouts of the Mudaliar Commission. Okay. Next is Kothari Commission. Kothari Commission, it is in the 1964-66, okay. And Education and National Development Report, it is also known as education. It's a main development of the education can be seen in the Kothari Commission. It's a 3-year degree and 4-year honor degree that discussed about it, okay. It is the formula of 10 plus 2 plus 3 formula as brought out in the brought out by the Kothari Commission. And Indian education service, the quality of education has to be improved. So they discussed about the Indian education service, which check the quality of the universities and all. They discussed about it. Okay. Then the three language formula. They discussed about the three language formula, that is English, Hindi, and regional language. That is the three language formula they discussed about. Then free and compulsory education for all the students. Okay. And state as well as the central pay scale. They discussed about the teachers' pay scale and all by the Kothari Commission. So Kothari Commission, when bring to your mind, you have to bring the 10 plus 2, the 2 plus 3 formula. It is the main one, and 3 language formula. All are the main parts of the Kothari Commission. Next is policy. National policy on education in 1968. It is during the age of the Indira Gandhi, 1968. The primary education within 1 kilometer. They discussed to give primary education to that is in within 1 kilometer. There is a primary education center, so the education can be implemented to the students. Then 6 to 14 years. Okay, the age group they have to get the compulsory education. That is the other aim of it. Then application 3 language formula. Then whatever they discussed earlier, that decided to bring all these things. That is importance of regional language. That is mother tongue has to be given importance. Then 10 plus 2 plus 3 has to be brought. So the for the preparation for that has to be done. Then agriculture, industries, adult education, the area of this education has to be given to the students. So they will get an idea about the agriculture, industries, and adult education. All this has to be bring out. All this was some of the steps put forward by the National Policy on Education 1968. So within 1 kilometer, everyone should have to get the primary education. And 60-14 compulsory education. This is the main aim of the 1968 National Policy on Education. Next is National Education Policy on 1986. Okay, it's of primary education. It's also gave importance to the primary education as well as for the vocational and secondary education. Specialization for higher education. That's they have to take some special subject for their higher education. 5 plus 3 plus 2 plus 2. They brought like that. 5 plus 3 plus 2 plus 2. That is the method they discussed about. Then diet has to be bring for the teachers' improvement. Then Navodaya for the gifted children. We know that Navodaya schools has to be started. Then they also discussed about the IGNO to start the distant education program. So these are the outshoots of the National Education Policy of 1986. Next is Ghanem Committee. Okay, Ghanem Committee is in 1993. They are discussed to restructure of higher education, and that is NCHER, that is National Commission for the Higher Education and Research. They discussed about it. Then restructuring restricting the unchecked deemed universities. A lot of deemed university bring out, so they decided to restrict it and to make it quality deemed schools, colleges only. Okay, deemed colleges or deemed universities only with have quality. Others has to be restricted. That is their discussion about it. And CHER is one offshoot of Ghanem Committee. Next is Sam Pitroud Committee 2005 to 2009. It is, we know that National Knowledge Mission is an outcome of this Sam Pitroud Committee. And they discussed about the curriculum, multidisciplinary and professional criteria for the universities and all. They discussed about it. And another one important step by them is that to start 1,500 universities before 2015 to the development of education in higher education level. Okay. Next is Yeshpal Committee. It is in the year 2019. CHER. We have already discussed about NCHER here. We are discussing CHER, that is Commission for Higher Education and Research. They also, Yeshpal Committee is also talking about the affiliations of the colleges and all. So discuss such important areas. Okay. Next is Sharma Committee 2008. Their main outcome of it is that to bring something important for the science, that is Indian Institute of Science Education and Research, that is IISSER, and 500 goes to science, technical education. They decided to do that is Sharma Committee. So technical growth can be bring out, and as well as the science has to be grow. So they give importance for the science. Next is Dr. Anil Kakodar Committee, that is 2012. That is, they give importance to the technical education. Okay, they give importance to the technical education, and he's a scientist too. So he discussed about the technical IITs, how we can develop it, and discussed about 2% of the budget of the institution for the research work. So the students can improve better in their studies. That is their idea about it. Okay, next is KB Power Committee. It's bring out the four model public-private partnership in higher education. That is the public-private partnership. That is what is the outshoot of the Power Committee. That is the which are the four models. That is basic infrastructure model, outsource model, equity model, reserve model, and outsourcing model. Okay, reserve outsourcing model. These are the four models: basic infrastructure model, outsource model, equity model, reserve outsourcing model. These are the four models of KB Power Committee. So we have discussed almost all the important important committees and commissions after the independence. Here we never discussed about the new education policy. We never discussed. I will give a different class for the new education policy because it is very important. They have asked a lot of questions nowadays from this UGC for the UGC NET exams. So I think we can do it in a separate class. Okay. And you have to subscribe. Please subscribe my channel. We can meet in the next class. Good day for all of you. Thank you.